Welcome, welcome. This session is about low vibration, low energies. So let's explore that and enjoy it. Hello, hello, everyone. I'm so grateful to be here with all of you and exploring this amazing topic. I am fascinated about this topic. The more I'm diving in, the more I'm learning, the more expanding about this topic, the more in amazement I am in what planet are we living in and what system are we living in. So say hello here, just and where you checking from. I'm so happy to be here with all of you. And for those who don't know me, who are first time with me, my name is Karolina. I'm from Poland. I left actually Poland a long time ago, 17 years ago. And it feels like I am just traveling around and living in different places. I used to live in England as well for 12 years. And last few years, changing different locations. So, hello, Amma. So I'll share a bit of my story, and I hope it will inspire you. And we're gonna just talk about these low energies. This topic is not for everyone, for sure not. If you tell me a few years back about this topic, I would be thinking, "Oh my God, what you're talking about?" I wouldn't be able to even to grasp that concept, to be honest. And it's okay. So I'm from Poland. Oh, awesome, Yola. Good to see you here, darling. So it comes with your growth, and we need to remember that everyone here has different template and different role to play here as well, and each person is activating differently as well. So this topic may not be for everyone. So if you don't resonate with this, just relax, take what you feel resonate with you, and let rest leave it. You may not be there, but who knows, in 1 year or half a year or 5 years, you may remember this life and said, "Oh my God, she was talking about this," before, because you never know what's going to happen. Like, I would never thought that I'm going to open for this kind of topic as well. And like I shared at the beginning of this life, the more I am opening for this fascinating world, spirit world, the more I am in amazement, the more I want to dive in, the more I want to expand. So you never know when this is gonna take you. So what I'm talking about, low vibrations, it's vibration, the energies that can also block us in multidimensional level, and they are on the different levels, different dimensions. Also, they are black magicians who are sending certain energies to block people. They are targeting especially these people who are beautiful light workers as well, or actually many people. And you can definitely sense and see if people are influenced by these low vibrations. And this can be entities, false guides, can be any swipe consciousness, any parasite consciousness, energies, possessions, and they blocking you with different stuff like black magic, curses, spells, things like this. So this is what I'm talking when I'm what I'm talking about low vibrations, low basically low energies. Low frequencies. Basically, there's nothing to be scared of. This is just a reminder to be in our power. The only reason why I'm talking here, because most people are not aware about this. Sometimes you may feel that we are blocked in life, or we behave certain way, especially when we are in our programming, our self-sabotaging patterns, and it's really hard to get out of this self-sabotaging patterns. Sometimes this can be also, very often it is, to be honest, linked with these low frequencies, because they don't want you to be your highest vibrations and raising your consciousness and awareness and see beyond what is truly happening on this planet or just generally in universe. So yes, we've been blocked in many different ways. Of course, on a human level, we are definitely blocked through traumas, through the system, how it is, constantly keeping us in box. But also we can be blocked, and often we are blocked on multidimensional level. We can have different attachments or entities, or in our field there are some false guides, parasites, devices, cages, but like I said, also spells, curses, different energies that are possessing our field. And if you are intuitive and if you are aware enough, you can already sense who is actually under influence of these low frequencies. Like look, certain politics or like certain people who are there, and you can sense that something is off or they are not themselves. Most of them, they are basically influenced by this. They're basically interference, so they are influence, mind control, and they don't even know that this is happening. But when you are enough aware and when you are enough open, you can sense who is influenced by those low frequencies. And also all of us can be blocked, and I literally have to clear myself once a week at least to check what is going on in my field. And very, very quickly, I see that something is going on when I'm going down. What I mean by this, that I am not myself. I am not cheerful, relaxed, joyful. It feels like something is going on that I am suddenly, for me, how it's showing up, anxiety. Immediately my anxiety is like increasing. Or thinking negatively, like I cannot find positive thing. So when I am in this energy, I've learned this, through, like from many experiences, basically. Then I know I need to check my field. And I give you an example, like before, I thought that I'm processing, like I was processing grief or sadness. That's why I am so low. I need to stay in bed and maybe cry and so on. And then it's like I started having these negative thoughts, and sometimes even thoughts about like, what's the point living here? And I just stopped and like, hold on, this is not my thoughts, So this is where I've been tuning. Then I tuned into my field, and then of course there was lots of basically crap in my field, things that were open. My field was open for all of these energies. So the moment this was cleared, or is cleared, basically, immediately I feel different, and I'm sharing my story because, of course, like I see my partner as well, he's constantly under certain energies as well, and we need to clear. So I believe that some people are more, I would say, targeted and influenced than others. I don't know exactly why, but by watching certain people and helping so many people and helping my partner, and we help each other all the time, I think also it's due to what role you play here, Yes, this is what I would say. What role you need to play. And the more you want to expand your energy, the more you want to step on your path, definitely you can, or doing certain role, playing or teaching, or definitely you can feel targeted. All my friends, I have friends that are very much open, very much connected, and doing amazing work. We've been talking about this as well, and they said many times how attacked they feel, and they are, and they constantly need to keep checking their field. The truth is, the more you're healing, the more you're expanding, the more you're raising your awareness and consciousness, you're creating such a strong field that they have less and less power over you. It's the reminder for all of you who are listening this, that it's all about being in your energy, being in your power, basically, because all of the system creating basically control and taking your power away. Look at just how the system that we live in, any type of system, like even from education, it's keeping us trapped, keeping us in the box, the whole education. It's no one taught us, and I see that it's more and more happening, and it's gonna happen more. Intuition, listening your soul, being connected with this unified field, the organic matrix, the source energy. It's all about keeping us in box and basically keeping us on the survival level, going to get money, going to work, get some money, earn some money, pay bills, and then just doing over and over again the same, so life is meaningless because you're just basically trading time for money. And so on. I don't need to expand this topic, because we all know, just look around, how the system constantly pushing us down and constantly keeping us in this low vibes, low consciousness, and in the boxes, basically, in this certain programming. There's so much mind control, and especially last 2 years, oh my God, it's like next level of mind control, and people don't see this because it keeps people asleep, not basically blinded. It's like they have sticker on their third eye, and they don't sense, they don't see, they don't feel what is really happening on a higher level than just this daily life. Okay, I need to go to work, and of course, in money, and do some shopping and so on. Of course, this is so important, but what I'm talking about is, if we see the bigger pictures, what is really happening, we start operating differently. And definitely I feel so grateful that I have this awareness, and I know that there's so much more, even when I'm tapping into certain things and learning and expanding, I'm just realizing how little we know, and how we are just so tiny, basically. So I know that, but when we become more aware and start seeing more, being willing to see, and willing to disconnect from this false matrix, and reconnect with the organic matrix, the magic is happening. It's like, I feel so grateful that, of course, we are all, we are living in this system, false matrix, that it is like a very advanced labyrinth. And gosh, of course, we can get lost very easily in so many different ways. Even I share with you, I gave birth 2 months ago to my daughter, and it was just another awakening for me, this experience. And when I reflect on whole this journey of, how I, first connected with the spirit of the baby, even 9 months before I got, she was conceived, and brought in this, physical, and then whole 9 months, I was creating like a bubble to not be imprinted. And this is my belief. Not everyone can agree with what I did, but this felt right for me. So, we know what is going on in the world, the country that I am living at this moment. There's lots of restriction, especially if you don't want to take certain things in your body. Then, basically these people were, they couldn't enter any building or anything. But anyway, it didn't bother me, because all these 9 months I was literally cultivating a nice bubble. We are living in the middle of nowhere. So just connecting with the spirit of nature, with the baby growing in my belly, in my body, tuning in my body, communicating with my body and the baby. And I just created all of this nice energy that, like, I call this bubble. Not going to any checkups, not having any ultrasounds or anything like this, because in my opinion, it didn't feel right. Because the most that I felt that I am the person who knows what is going on, and especially I didn't want to radiate baby and all that stuff. Anyway, so the point is that I was so much in my bubble that unknowingly, unconsciously, I created resistance towards the system that we are all living in, and we have to basically learn how to being our power, being aware, seeing beyond, but at the same time knowing how to live in the system without resistance. So the whole birth, and that's why I'm sharing with you, because you may lock yourself in this resistance in many different ways, and we normally do, to be honest. Sometimes we don't even, you are not aware that we are doing. And this is how I saw how I created this protective field around myself, of course, being pregnant, that after birth, basically, I realized I created resistance. So I was resisting the whole system, which it didn't serve me, because in the end, I got fever and I had to go to hospital, even though I wanted to give birth at home. And literally in few hours, I got everything what I didn't want, like tests for that specific virus. I'm not gonna say the name, ultrasound, and then C-section. So everything what I was resisting, I persisted basically, and we all know that. And that's why I'm sharing, because it gave me another deep understanding of what resistance is, and how easily in this whole system and in this universe, with this universal laws, we can lock ourselves in this box, not even knowing that. I truly thought that I am doing amazingly, and I felt like this. I was so connected. I was so happy being pregnant. It was the best time, like I was so in love in my body. Like I've never been so in love in body when I was when I was pregnant. And this whole experience with birth was like literally in my face, It taught me also acceptance. And that's why I'm sharing here with you, because we're talking about this law of vibrations. Thank you, Monica. Because resistance, fear, traumas, those self-sabotaging programming, opening that field for this low vibes, low frequencies. And I've realized that even though I've done so much work in doing, I've created resistance, which then, of course, I've opened myself for certain vibrations as well, and I needed to do clearing. Even though the whole point, not going to doctors, not going to any whatever checkups, ultrasounds, I didn't want to be imprinted by these energies, because I knew the effect of imprints, because I'm helping other people clearing those imprints, basically. So I'm just giving you example from my life, just a recent example, how this experience of giving birth to my daughter literally transformed me, shifted me so much, but also taught me what resistance is and how easy it is to create it, and what acceptance is on a deeper level, like on a cellular level. And why I'm sharing this with you, because it's really important watching yourself if you're not locking yourself with resistance or fear or anxiety or worrying, or stacking, being with your traumas and not willing to heal that. This creates all this law frequencies, like cages around our hearts, blocking our third eye, blocking our throat. This is super common. Also, we have those attachments, those entities, those low vibrational guides, and any other stuff like curses, black magics. There's so many low frequencies. Basically, there's a whole list, and I know that there's more, basically. And mind control is a big one, and we are mind control through many things, through internet, through EMF, through what we listen, what we even what we eat, basically. The controllers of this planet, they do want us to be in low vibrations, low level of consciousness. They don't want us to tap into this powerful high level of consciousness. So we are mind control in so many different ways that it's just crazy, basically, that we are still living here happily, basically. So why I am touching this topic, because the more you're aware, and you don't need to be doing high level or advanced level energy clearing, you know, like how life opened me up. Like I would never thought that I'm gonna be clearing this. It just happened through my healing journey. The more I was healing, the more I was opening, the more I was seeing, the more I was, of course, clearing also on multidimensional level. And I realized, oh my God, I thought that I just need to heal my traumas, childhood, you know, abuse, and you know, other things, and trapped emotions, blah blah blah. When I realized how much abuse actually also happening on multidimensional level, this opened me up for a whole new world. And like I said, everyone have different templates. Some of you may even listen this and like just thinking what the hell she's talking about. Until you experience the clearings, until you experience how it feels actually to clear certain vibrations or be aware, you notice how different you feel. Like I shared, the moment I'm going down, I have anxiety is raising, and you know, I going back to my negative thinking, or like the patterns that I know that I've done so much work. This is my first like a red flag, something is going on in my field. And the moment I clear that, I'm telling you, just in seconds I feel normal. And this is why I want you to start observing yourself, because it's not always traumas, not always, you know, your self-sabotaging patterns keeping you somewhere stuck in life. Also, it is other energies that make you feel maybe more fearful, more anxious, more worried. This can be, let's say, psychic attacks. It's, people are talking badly about you and sending the psychic attacks. They do affect you, how you feel, whether you are aware or not. And you may feel like you want to isolate. You feel like you want to hide. You feel like basically there is a burden on your shoulders. Maybe you are more anxious. Let's say with my partner, he's got headaches, and this is also very common, that you may have headaches as well because someone is psychically attacking you. And the same if you have like black magic, or you know, if it's hard for you to break, let's say, addiction, if it's hard for you to break some addiction, it's really important to also look into energetic stuff, because often these entities drinking through you or smoking through you. And my mom is a heavy smoker, and this is always the topic that we always have conflict, because she's addicted, let's be honest, from smoking. And someone who is addicted, it's like you can talk and talk and they don't get that, what we are talking. And I'm asking my mom always like, oh my God, just get something to wash for her mouth, you're smelling. And she always gets, you know, angry that I'm telling her this. And she was recently here visiting me here where I live now. And I literally saw how this entity is smoking through her, and how for what for me is common sense, like saying, hey mom, can you not smoke around me and, you know, Ayana, my daughter? And for her it's just like, it's like block, it just doesn't get it. She got really angry, like so angry, like, and I'm like, I see what is happening is, of course, the addiction talking, and also that the attachments, the entities talking through her. So if for people like this, it's really hard to see, like they don't even see obvious thing, like, hey, fuck's sake, you poisoning yourself. Okay, that's no problem. You can smoke even 100 cigarettes a day. I don't really care. It's your life. But don't poison me and even this 2 months baby. So if you think it's like common sense, at least for me, I hope you agree with this. But you see how this low vibration literally can mind control you, keeping you in that pattern. Like for my partner, when he is, he's got something in his field, like heavy stuff sometimes. Even yesterday we were clearing, and yeah, lots of mind control, or, you know, some attachments, even vampiric entities and things like this. He's changing his behavior. He's more grumpy, more, and we always like, because we know that, so we always like say, okay, go and clear yourself, because we know we change our behavior. like when I'm going down, for me showing like I'm going down, like being negative and more anxious. So he's always kind of go and check yourself and go and do clearing. Or and then for him, how he's showing up is he's grumpy. He is more like triggered with anything, and like very much abrupt, very direct. So I know that this is not true himself. This is something going on with his field, because our essence is being loving, being caring, being kind, being peaceful as well. When you're connected, we all know, and if you are on this platform, I know that you know what that does mean, being connected. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here on this platform. We all know how we behave when we are truly connected with our true essence, when we are peaceful, we are creative, we are maybe easygoing, we are cheerful, we are joyful, kind, compassionate. So you can tell that if people are not that, they're going through certain things, they are traumatized, or trauma is in their system, and often they are also blocked on multidimensional level in many different ways. So that's why I'm sharing this with you, to make you aware. Because when you're aware, this is first step for changing things, and of course, not everyone here gonna be advanced, knowing how to clear things on advanced level, because this is not your path. It's okay. It's enough that you are having in your network to know someone that knows how to do it and help you if you need it. Because we all have different roles, different templates. I'm gonna read some messages here. Yola, I'm pleased I am listening to you, because I always feel when someone talks about me and makes me very hot and uncomfortable. Bingo, Yola. Bingo, exactly that. So you know that someone's psychically attacking you here. Absolutely. So you see how connected you are? Fabulous. So Monica, definitely agree 100%. How do you connect with your intuition with suffering from high anxiety? It feels like it clouds, and the intuition makes me question it. Yes, absolutely, Rachel. It's super difficult. When we are anxious, when we are in a fear energy, when we paralyze, it's literally your third eye is blocked. It's like a lid, basically. And you can have also on a multidimensional level cages as well, which often really happening, that yes, we don't see, we don't sense, because third eye or intuition, it's very much connected with our third eye. So definitely it's really true. That's why we feel like we cannot even find solution how to move forward. And that's why, like, I'm sharing with you, and I know when I have something in my field, when I get very anxious and very negative, suddenly I don't see my life positively or how things are going to unfold. And my partner is like it's my accountable partner, and he was always saying, if you see me like this, because we all know when we are in a hole, we don't see what is even going on with us. We all know that if we are more depressed or negative or in our self-sabotaging pattern, we're not doing what we're supposed to do, we are in this hole that we don't see. But outside, people see what you're doing, isn't it? We all experience this, So it's good to have accountable partner, whether it's your partner or, I don't know, your friend or whoever. Hey, you're doing this again. It's like a wake-up call. So we are accountable partner with my partner. So when he's behaving certain way, I'm like, okay, let's do clearing. Or when he see me in certain energy, he said, okay, Karna, go and do clearing. So absolutely, when we are in these energies, 100%, it's very hard to be intuitive. So with anxiety, I highly recommend, Rachel, there are of course few things. Anxiety is very much linked with traumas. So this is on humanly level, Let's talk about this. On humanly level, this is very much linked with trauma. So if you don't do deeper healings, then my invitation is to start doing healings that are linked with some kind of abuse or childhood experiences. can be of course linked with birth experiences. So basically your mom birth with you, so when she was giving birth to you, it can be also linked with her pregnancy as well, because of course she's passing down the stuff. So look around, how was your mom during pregnancy? Was she anxious as well? If anxiety is something that you deal with, me, I've most of my life I've been having really bad anxiety, until I started really diving deep and clearing on many different levels, on this human level and multidimensional level as well. And yet, if I am in a weaker point, when I was pregnant as well, you are very vulnerable and very easy to be attacked, and you feel differently. So yes, when you are vulnerable, when we are ill, when we are stressed, we are more vulnerable and very easy to open those fields as well for this other stuff, basically. So definitely here, Rachel, for you is diving deeper and having sessions that help you to heal traumas, because anxiety is linked with traumas, and of course changing lifestyle. And I believe that if you are here, you're already doing that, like of course reducing any sugar, coffee, alcohol, and eating lots of fresh fruit and veggies, drinking plenty of water, having morning exercise. Really, morning exercise is crucial for people who are having high anxiety, like some breathing, simple breathing, deeper inhalation, longer exhalation, not forcing anything, maybe journaling to bring these emotions out there, and exercises, fresh air, connecting with nature. So this is how you can help yourself. But to be honest, if you truly want to liberate yourself from anxiety, you need to dive deep and do deeper healing. And the best if you do it with someone to help you with this. And I highly recommend also diving, and if you're open for this, because of course not everyone is open for this, doing the clearing on multidimensional level, because for example, having attachments and having entities attached to you, this is gonna create anxiety for sure. Black magic, some psychic attacks, some cords, or if you didn't clear, for example, any relationship that they were abusive, or you have some people who are abusive around you, or narcissistic people, they are fucking master on manipulations, and they cord you so badly, or you are literally entangled with their I feel that definitely, especially some people who are very much narcissistic and like to that extreme, they can even basically block the connection with your higher self. And if you think this is the most important connection we can cultivate, having connection with higher self, because this is your true essence. This is you, the part of you that is connected with higher consciousness. So imagine if you are blocked from that, gosh, you are like a puppet. You don't see anything. You can stay in abusive relationship for years and not seeing that. Yes, suffer a lot, but very hard to get out of this relationship. So definitely it's so important to like open your sensories and see who is around you. If you have toxic people, I highly recommend to learn how to put boundaries. Number one, on humanly level, putting boundaries, having strong boundaries, calling your power back, calling your energy back. Often we need to call our soul fragments back, but also on energetic level, knowing how to cut cords, or even recognize it. Am I psychically attacked? Am I corded with someone as well? It's so important to learn the skills. And those basic, yes, and this is what I've been feeling from you, Rachel, that you had some narcissistic people, and even if I'm speaking, I have goosebumps, that this is what you need to clear, darling. It's even on multidimensional level, on energetic level, it's a serious stuff, I'm telling you. Some people are literally can destroy you. They have such a power over other people, and they love beautiful soul, soft soul, So I highly recommend not only dealing with these traumas, but also diving into and connecting with someone that can help you to clear that. Great, Monica, that you've managed to heal that. That's so important. So many women actually, he has tried to destroy me. Yes, Rachel, I feel you. Okay, let me just say, I'm learning how to tap into my intuition more easily, but I still have issues reading someone else's energies. Is it just a matter of practice? Practice, for sure. Practice for sure. The more you practice, of course, like in everything, the more you're opening, the more you're trusting what you're getting. This is really important. The more you're gonna sense, the more see, hear, feel, however you're getting the information. So definitely practice, and trusting what you're getting, not doubting that. Like, for example, if something is feeling off, or you go to places you're feeling off, or you're speaking with someone, it's like something is off here. Trust that, because your inner system, your inner is communicating something with you. But also, definitely, like we're speaking about this, clearing on multidimensional level, cages, devices, attachments, entities, earthbounds. There can be many things in the field, mind control. Having clear that, it also helps you with your intuition, absolutely. And clearing traumas. The more you clear traumas, the more open. This is how I've opened actually for multidimensionality. I had so many traumas because I had very abusive childhood and lots of shit in my life. And the more I was healing, the more literally my soul put me on this path to do certain work with women, basically. So, helping them to clear on multidimensional level and helping them to heal traumas and, transform all the self-sabotaging patterns. And this happened for all my journeys. So I often see when I'm working with women and even through programs, how they opening. And I always teach that. I love absolutely teaching this because I see this is crucial. Because we are not just these human bodies and just in this. It's so much more. We are really multidimensional beings, and we can tap into this. Of course, through the system and traumas and all of this control that is happening, they don't want us to be that. And there is so much more. And I know that what we're touching here is just like probably drop in ocean. So I know when I am working with women or through programs, I always teach these basic stuff because it's like brushing your teeth. You need to learn how to recognize other people's energies, and if they are harmful for you, have to put boundaries, not only physical, emotional, mental boundaries, but also energetic boundaries, and know how to clear things. Okay, how can we protect yourself from emotional vampires? Again, boundaries. So number one, healing your traumas, because traumas create these limiting beliefs like I'm not good enough, I am not important, I want to be loved. Therefore, you're going into pleasing energies and wanting and being fearful of being rejected. And all of this creating this being vulnerable for attracting certain people. And therefore, they suck life out of you. For sure, they literally siphon your energies. So having, number one, if you're on this healing path, keep going, keep healing your traumas, because this way you start truly being connected with your true essence, who you are, strengthening yourself, boundaries, learning how to put boundaries, stop pleasing, stop being even fearful of being rejected, or no longer chasing for approval or things like this. But having strong boundaries is crucial with people like that, and also energetic boundaries, feeling that they siphoning you, they cording with you, and they literally sucking the energy out of you, and that's why you feel exhausted after speaking with these people, or even having them in your life, around. They can be co-worker, for example. So the best protection is your healing traumas and boundaries, and learning at least basic things, how to clearing cords and things like this, or being aware, wow, this person is courting me, yeah. this is the best way. Of course, there is other more advanced way how you can protect yourself, like putting invisible bubble, putting intention that you are protected. But this only works, I'm telling you, because I've seen it. If the healing, your traumas goes together with that, it has to happen, because otherwise you keep opening this holes for these energies and you're sabotaging yourself. Let's be honest, trauma creates limiting beliefs, like I'm not good enough. So you're gonna be sabotaging yourself, whether it's career, whether not stepping in your power, whether not honoring yourself, not respecting yourself, blah blah blah. You all know that, you know. So this is crucial. And then, as if you are doing so, I realized this on my journey. This is when I'm working with women. I always be doing healing. But at the same time, I'm teaching them how to clear stuff, how to recognize, how to tap more into intuition. This is a mass. So they are open, they are opening, they are not blind. Very important. That's why I'm bringing the subject here, so you more aware. Even where you're going, you know, you can go to certain restaurants or places, like even pubs. We all know how we feel when you go to pubs where people drink. There's fucking a lot of entities. How we feel, guess what? You're gonna definitely come out from this place with some entities, because entities are transferable. So it is important who you're hanging with, you know, and certain energies are transferable. Yeah, I can sense a heaviness in the room, but can't pinpoint where it's coming from. Not without talking to each person. I would prefer to be able to skip the person who has the bad vibe. Exactly. You see how tuned you already are. Perfect. So we all know when we go to certain places, it feels creepy. It feels not nice. Or even speaking of certain people, especially people who are addicted, let's be honest, they have lots of fucking stuff. They are possessed with low energies, low frequencies. That's why it's so hard for them to get out of the addiction, because it's not only addiction on a physical level through, you know, a substance, you know, they need to get emotional and mental level, but also on energetic level. The field is full of shit. They just disconnected from the higher self. The third eye is completely blocked. They have lots of stuff in field. They are mind controlled entities and all this stuff, you know. Guess what? They don't see where they are. And I just gave you, you know, example of my mom, and this is literally mild because she's a literally loving person. She is. It's just her addiction of smoking. Gosh, crazy. So it's important that you have this awareness. Wow, this room feels heavy, or this person feels heavy. Then you know that. And now you have to make choice what you're gonna do with this. You know, so having boundaries, choosing not to be maybe in the presence of this person, or just being aware. Awareness is also your protection. Just be aware. Hi, I see you. I'm not gonna allow this energy affects me. Now, if you are empath, if you are very sensitive, definitely this is what you need to master and practice over and over again, because you're gonna be taking other people's energies and problems and emotions, and then guess what? You lowering your vibes, you going into your self-sabotaging pattern. Guess what? You're opening the field for this interference in many different ways. So, Karolina, what is in the world has produced all these narcissists? So, okay, I just share my inner standing, because I believe that even what we know at this moment is drop. It's just tiny drop. Like, the more I'm opening for things, the more I am tuning, the more I know that how little I know, or actually I feel like I don't know anything. This is how crazy it is. This is how we are locked into this system, planetary system, and even this universe. Like, just feel like we don't know anything. At least I feel like that. From my inner standing, why this is happening, because some humans, I don't know if you can even call them humans, because they are soulless, they don't have soul. They've taken this contract to play this role. Some people are possessed, and you can definitely tap into certain politics. Gosh, just possession. They have no clue what they are even doing. They are not like human as well if you are possessed as well. And lots of people chose to play certain role as well, you know. And they are so mind controlled that they don't see it. They are like possessed as well, like these narcissistic people. Of course, we can have some traits of narcissistic traits, but there is like the scale, you know, it's a true extreme, and this is like literally they have no empathy. They fucking destroyed other person in so many different ways, on a multidimensional level, and on physical level, emotional level. They are like so super manipulative, and they are possessed. They have so much stuff in field as well, and they are so numbed, and they have so much trauma in themselves as well. And then also there is other extreme that people have some traits, but I believe there is this healable. They can heal that through this healing journey and willingness to see. They can, you know, shift that basically traits. I believe that we all have this kind of trait of narcissistic trait, especially if you are not doing any healing and we are not aware. If you are not, we have good heart, but we can have those certain behaviors because of the trauma. Trauma runs our life. I'm an empath, but always thought I was a loner. That was overwhelming for me to be around a lot of people. Karen, being empath is one of the most powerful and beautiful energy that you can embrace. Like, I am empath as well, and I completely understand what you're saying. It's a powerful skill to have, being empath, because you know where people are, and when you're using this right, it's amazing. This is how I'm tapping into people when I work with them and tune in with them. Then I exactly can pinpoint where they are and what is there happening with them. This is amazing. The only wrong things, and this was my journey as well to learn, is knowing where people are, holding space for them without taking stuff from them. And for people who are empath, this is happening very much unknowingly, unconsciously, very fast. So this is our learning, basically, how to put boundaries on energetic level, emotional, mental, and spiritual level, so we can be for people, we can see what is going on with person, with the world, the whole group consciousness, but without taking. And this is true gift. This is true power, because you see beyond. And the more you're trusting this, the more you're expanding, the more you're learning boundaries, the more powerful you are. Because you see the shit, you see the mind control, you see what is truly happening, you see beyond. So this is amazing. The only things we are caught up in this programming that we need to please make people happy, we need to take stuff on us. And this was me, even when I started this journey that I was supporting people with healing, I was taking stuff on me to that point that I created so much pain in my body. Literally, I did sessions and with one person, and I helped this person so much that I was taking all of this stuff on me unknowingly that I couldn't even go back home. I was so in pain. It's like, oh my God, what is happening? And this is when I realized that I'm doing something for sure wrong, because this person felt fantastic, telling me next day he was like flying, and I was like, I couldn't move. And this is why I realized I have belief. In order to heal someone or in order to help someone, I need to take this person energy on me or problem on me. So that I had to work through this programming, because it's program, limiting belief. And I had to heal certain things within me to stop feeling obligated or responsible for someone's life, as well. So I needed to clear this as well and learn how to put energetic boundaries. So then holding space without taking. So that's why now I can do sessions and I heal so many stuff, and sometimes even on multidimensional level, we go to crazy journeys or even dealing with aliens and things like this, but I'm not affected because I know how to put boundaries. And even if I take something, I know how to clear this very easily. Absolutely, Amma. Can we say that narcissistic are super traumatized people? For sure. For sure. They are. They are very disconnected. And like I said, the narcissistic is a scale, you know. You cannot put everyone in one box because there are some people who are having these narcissistic traits. But like I said, they can heal that, you know, they can this. And some people are not. They so mind control and possessed with this and so traumatized, and some even narcissistic, they are like psychopaths, literally. They have no souls, you know, they are super disconnected. So it depends on the scale as well. So I don't want to say that every now when you see someone who's got some narcissistic traits, you're gonna put them in one box that they are psychopaths. For sure they are traumatized, really, for sure, 100%. But the truth is, if you think about people who are being badly traumatized, I don't know if how honest you are with yourself, but why this all this fucking trauma is happening, this abuse, you know, with children, you know, and all this crazy stuff that is happening in the world is because of trauma. If you are traumatized, you are locked into this very low level of consciousness, you mind controlled, you often possess, you have all these entities, plus your trauma running your life. So what you do, you know only that. So you repeating that pattern and bringing and passing down to your children and abusing them or beating them up or doing crazy stuff. You know, this stuff helped me so long to wanting to become a mother, because I was so afraid that I'm gonna be like my father. I was so scared that I'm gonna be abusing and of course not wanting, but because I experienced severe traumas, I was so scared that I will be out of control and I will be doing the same as my father did. So if you think this child abuse, sexual abuse, what is happening? These people experience abuse. Otherwise they wouldn't do it. Someone who have no trauma in their system, they are so connected and loving, they would never hurt another person. Like we all know, when we are feeling whole and complete and we are connected, would you hurt another person? Would you mind control the other person or manipulate? No, probably not. You would feel shit, because it's like this. What you're putting out there, you're bringing back to yourself. So if you're hurting someone, guess what? You're creating karma, and it's coming back to you very fast, immediately. Actually, you're feeling shit, and some people can admit that, or some people don't want to see that, and they just building this guilt and shame and so on, and going into other behavior, self-sabotaging behavior like drinking, because they don't want to feel that shitty energy and so on, and it's just they digging themselves even more in the hole, basically. So yeah. Do you have a recording for boundaries? I can set them with people, but it seems like I need to set energy boundaries as well. Karen, we did long time ago a session on boundaries. I record all these sessions here and I publish them on YouTube. So definitely if you go on my YouTube channel, there are sessions on boundaries. Quite good sessions there were. So go and check my YouTube channel, because I did sessions on boundaries. It's a fascinating topic. I love teaching that as well, and actually teaching on deeper level as well. For me, boundaries is the most important things that we can practice, because boundaries are creating alignment with yourself, with your soul. Just boundaries is everything. Who you're attracting as well, what you're creating, what you co-creating as well. So boundaries are extremely important to practice, and no longer going into these self-sabotaging patterns like pleasing people and putting everyone first, you are last, and allowing the abuse, whether it's verbal, emotional, or energetic, as well. I give you just example. This was so funny when I'm recalling myself now. When I was giving birth, to be honest, I forgot how it's to be in hospital, because over last 10 years, over a decade, I've not been going to any doctors or anything like that. I truly forgot how it is. And I have all people around me, my friends, are like very conscious people, I truly forgot. How is the experience to being in hospital? So anyway, the first part of my birth was truly magical with my partner. They gave us room because I had this high fever, so I had to go to hospital. So this first part was magical with my partner. We've connected. We were just connecting on so many different levels, multidimensional levels. And it was just magical, truly magical, that my heart was just like, after this, I just don't know, there's no words to express that, but it was beautiful. But then we reached a certain point that baby didn't go down, and basically we had to make decisions to do C-section. And when the nurses came, they were literally bombarding us with these horrible words. Like, I am having contractions. I am in this, like sacred space, trying to connect with baby, trying to see what is going on inside me, that the baby is not going down. I am deeply supported by my partner, and we had also doula with us. She was just amazing, and she's amazing. And, creating this sacred space. And you're having someone, literally, you are in the middle of contraction, and they just going on asking you question in the middle of contraction, or just talking to you. And I'm like, hey, excuse me, I'm in the middle of contraction. Can you stop talking? Or just they were talking but between each other next to me. So again, I'm like, hey, I'm in the middle of a contraction. Can you stop talking? Just I am creating sacred space here. Or can you stop asking me questions why I'm having contractions? So I was putting boundaries. And I told my partner as well, I said, when they're gonna come again talking near me or asking me, please just tell them that they have to stop, And in one point, they were so kind of abusive mentally, because they were like saying, baby's dying. And for me, this is literally like black magic putting on me. And I didn't like that, and my partner as well, because there's a boundaries, how you're saying and what you're saying, and if you're creating this sacred space and literally someone bringing other people, and they are saying, your baby is dying, and we knew that it's not true. They just wanted us to make this decision and rush us with this decision to sign the paper for the C-section. I knew that. This is their procedure. They don't want hanging around here. They have schedule and so on. So as they started using these words, then not only putting boundaries on a mental level, they say, hey, stop, or physical level, hey, stop. My partner started clearing energies, basically all this black magic, all this. And he was telling them, as he was doing this in front of them, it was just so funny to actually record it, because their jaw were down and they were like, what is happening? They've never probably see someone with like just clearing and saying, stop putting this black magic, you stop using these words, and he was just doing clearing of those imprints as well from them. So this is funny story, basically. So we were giving her hard time as well, because they were so confused, and they were like, what the hell, these witches are here, This was so funny. So I just wanted to share, because we just still laughing from that. Seeing their faces was like priceless. We should record that, like there's like what is happening, what they are doing, But yes, not sometimes, we do have to put boundaries. We do, and we have to recognize who is imprinting us, who is putting all this black magic on us. Absolutely, like that's it. I'm new to this and not sure how to find your other sessions. Yola, I'm not sure, because I'm on the other side, not sure if you can find the previous session here on this platform. You can go on YouTube, I do record this. So basically Awakening the Soul's Light, or under my name, you can find my channel, and all of the sessions are recorded there. So you can basically search there, because to be honest, I don't really know what you see from your side. If you can see replays. I don't think you can see replays, but I may be wrong. So go on my YouTube, you can definitely check out of this other sessions that I had here, or calls with you here. C-section is serious. They are just doing their job. Exactly, Monica. And how they treated me, like I am in the middle of contraction. This the moment we've decided in the end, sign the person, they just put me on bed. And I'm like, can you stop moving me? Can I just finish this contraction? Because I was just in between. No, they just rush you, put you on this bed, and we are on this operation I don't know, room, whatever they do, this stuff. And they just needed to move me from one bed to another. Exactly. They were just moving. I said, hey, I am in the middle. No, just like piece of meat, basically. It's true. So you see, like our boundaries are crossed all the time. That's why learning boundaries, recognizing them, what is going on, seeing beyond, it's important. It's super important. I had same experience. My super sociable husband kept chatting up with the doctor. Ooh, whew. If my partner did it, I was like, hey, what are you doing? I'm here. Yeah, it's so distracting. You cannot concentrate, like when somebody is just chatting, like at least I couldn't. That's why it was so, for me, like lack of boundaries. Like, what the hell? Woman here is giving birth, trying to be connected, and they just like I don't know, like just, like nothing is happening there, So I've learned a lot through this, and this experience gave me such an awakening and so many reflections and deep understanding of many things that, so it was like my second awakening, to be honest. Good for you. I had a similar experience. My doctor and nurse were actually fighting with one another. Oh my God, why I was having contraction. Crazy things, isn't it? And therefore you are imprinted by their beliefs, judgments, traumas, perceptions, arguments here. And then coming out from these hospitals, not only so much happening on a physical level because of the C-sections or even giving normal birth, and this whole experience, it's a lot for the system. It's like a marathon, and plus, it's supposed to and should be very transformative because it's initiation, the biggest initiation for women. And if someone just having arguments or these chit chats or asking you questions during this sacred energy that is contraction, because you're supposed to connect with contraction to help you to birth the baby. I have goosebumps when I'm speaking about this. And it's like not honoring this sacred space, not honoring that sacred energy, that initiation. It's just terrible, basically. And then, of course, like first things when I come out from hospital was clearing imprints from all the instruments that they use. The room, I had to call so many soul fragments back. So whoever had this experience, I highly recommend calling all your soul fragments back, because and I did this also for my daughter as well, because the soul fragments due to this event is there. And also I had to clear all these imprints as well, imprints from these people, their conversation, because you are under, if you are C-section, you are under the drugs, also imprints from the drugs as well. So it was like a whole month of clearing, basically. And I'm still sometimes tapping into this and still clearing certain things, because it is affecting you. Yola had a really bad birth and only one child. I highly, Yola, recommend, if you've never done healing on your labor, so you giving birth to your child, I highly recommend diving deep. You will see how much you're gonna feel better. So highly recommended. The same is like I highly recommend doing healing your birth. So basically your mother giving birth to you, especially if she had traumatic birth as well. So I highly recommend to anyone doing some healing session on that, because you will feel so much better. You're gonna feel much more whole and complete, because this is the prime traumas that are happening to us, and the controllers of this planet, the system, the false matrix, targeting pregnant women to traumatize them, to separate the child from mother as early as possible, because guess what? Then the child is traumatized, and it's so easy to infiltrate the child. And when I was in hospital, I have again goosebumps and energy is flowing from me. When I was in this hospital, I couldn't believe it. I was in intensive care with other women, of course, after C-sections. And like I said, I forgot how it is to be in hospital, and even with doctors. And they of course said that they're not gonna they don't look after babies during the night. They take these babies away from mothers to different room. I was like, what? And my belief system is like, my baby is with me. Or if I cannot, because of course I'm under drugs, cut, blah, 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 at least it's next to me, and giving them as much touch as possible. I couldn't believe how what they were promoting, that they were just all women there in all this big room. All these women were giving these babies away. So can you see how there is so much mind control, how much infiltration is happening through doctors, through the system? And poor women, of course, if you don't have tools and awareness, you are so vulnerable, and you listen that. And this gave me so much compassion to this woman. I was lying in this bed, cut, full of these drugs. My baby is here, not knowing how to do, like even take care of this baby, yet. And watching this woman, I'm like, I'm fucking in the matrix. It's just really happening. I couldn't believe that every woman there gave the baby away, because my belief system was like, it should be encouraged, and there should be more even nurses there to support that the baby's supposed to be next to mother at least, So this was for me shocking, but it taught me acceptance and compassion to every woman there, because they don't know, and it just was so crazy, I was giving skin to skin. One doctor came to me and was like, what are you doing? You are this naked woman, crazy woman, you don't have respect for women. I'm like, where the hell I am? I am in the zone full of women. It's supposed to even promote that. So it was very interesting experience, and gave me, in what country did you have I am in Europe, in Slovenia, in this moment. So I know this is not happening everywhere, and I hope it's not happening everywhere. But what I just want to say, that all of this happening because of the system we are living. They do want to traumatize people, and it's starting already from pregnancies. Like all this crazy stuff that we need to go through. The system, what they promote, and then labor. The C-section became like, I don't know now, every other woman have C-section. It's crazy. They don't give you time for natural birth. They rush you. And like I shared with you, they even black magic you doing, giving birth, and not respecting you. So all of this creating this connection, the separation, this trauma, which of course is so much easier than mind control people. So easy to give a space and weaken your field for the infiltration. So this is very sad. And that's why I love actually this topic, and I love educating people and actually teaching them tools and helping with on this path, because this is truly giving you true power. And it's all our journey here, I believe, and this is at least my inspiration, is calling my power back. Calling my power back from all this government, from all, calling my power through healing from my abusive childhood, or abusive system as well. It's all about calling my power back, calling all the soul fragments back, calling all the energies back. So then I feel whole and complete, and I know who I am, and I see this bullshit. I see beyond. And yet I need to live in the system. So it's teaching me acceptance and being like a river, going with the flow, like becoming the water. Because let's be honest, I am living on this planet, and we're living on this planet. So we have to learn how to live within this false matrix system, but being aware and breaking from that, and more and more connected with the organic matrix, basically. So which is wholeness, completeness, is joy, harmony, love, and all this beautiful stuff. So I hope it was helpful, this session, to give you awareness of that this is real stuff. And if you don't believe me, just observe yourself, or observe people around you, how they behave. And you will notice that it's not only trauma talking through them, but also can be entities and low energies. And like I said, there's nothing to be fearful about. It's either through your journey you expand enough that you'll be able to clear and learn, and you can clear at the level you are. So the more you are healing, the more you raising your consciousness and awareness, the more you're gonna be able to clear and see things. But yet, this is not for everyone. Not everyone gonna be in open in that realms. because like I said, we have different templates and we awakening differently and activating differently. So some people gonna be very down to earth and they are very much connected with the spirit of nature, for example, doing amazing work with animals, with plants and so on. So they have completely different way of awakening and working with and being connected. Other people, let's say like me, I'm very much opening on energetic multidimensional level. So we have different templates. So don't be so what I want to say, if this is not your part, it's okay. You just need to find someone who can help you to clear from time to time certain things. Or if you feel like you know that you have some stuff in field, reach out. I do all the time. If I know that I am blinded, I do reach out. I have people around me as well, because we all do need help. So it's all about being resourceful, either inner resourceful, so you through your healing and committing to healing, you becoming inner resourceful, so you're gonna be able to see this and clear this, or you're gonna be resourceful by connecting, reaching out to other people who know how to do it and they can help you. So this is just the message, we all have different abilities and skills and different templates. Do you think that matrix will dissolve when Earth ascends to 5D? It's, to be honest, this is, I don't know, Rachel. I can only share what at the level I am at this moment, because this is, the more I'm tapping into this, the more I'm tuning. It's so complex, Rachel. It's really complex. It's more complex than we think. And I know in spiritual communities, people overuse 3D, 5D, 3D, 5D all the time. And that's why it's even hard for me to communicate anything about this topic, because it's really complex. And I believe, at least this is my understanding, we do know so little. We do so little. And it's amazing how in spiritual communities all the time people using this 5D and 3Ds. What I definitely see and sense, for me, my passion is to help as many women, because mainly I work with women, and apologies men if they are here. It's not that I'm ignoring you, it's just this is my energy and I want my choice to work with women, to help women to awake as much as possible. So what I'm saying is, the more people start awakening, and more importantly start truly diving into deep healing, because through that they start being more connected and start seeing and sensing. The more people healing, the more, of course, we're raising our consciousness, and the more we start choosing different realities. Now, the realities that is at this moment, we choose this in every moment. If you think, people choose to slave their time for money. And of course, people feel like there's no other choice. And I get that completely. We are all in this matrix. Even in spirituality, there is so much falseness. And there's so much programming and people chasing this as well. Because this controllers gave another carrot to chase. And this new age stuff, there's lots of falseness. And even people who are having hundreds, thousands of followers, they are false gurus. So we have to be careful. And not being blind, and we need to learn how to discern. And this is really ongoing journey, because we've been so blinded, so traumatized for thousands of years, that it may never happen even this lifetime for you to fully awake and see and sense and really even understand, or having inner standing to know what is happening. And this is not on an intellectual level. It needs to happen on a like a body cellular level, because we can read books, we can listen as many videos you can watch, but how much actually you've embodied. And that's why when people are asking me, what spiritual books would you recommend, I said, sit with your heart, do healing, invest in healing, and this will give you more than watching millions of videos or reading, I don't know, hundreds of books, because it's all not about putting more stuff in your head. It's about embodiment. This is how you can sense and see and feel and know when people are talking about, let's say, 5D and 3D, what is the agenda underneath? Is it against separation, saying that some people are 3D, some people are 5D, and so on? What is beyond that? What is behind that? And start breaking these self-sabotaging patterns and truly stepping in your power and do what you're supposed to do, because this is how you're really connecting with the organic matrix. And the more people doing this, the more we activating each other. Therefore, yes, I believe that in one day there will be less and less false matrix, because we really start claiming our power back. This is all this journey about claiming power back and choosing to remember through that energy. So the more you claiming your power back, the more you sensing, the more you're learning, practicing discernment, the more you are seeing and choosing to see, the more you activating others as well through this as well. And this is how you can shift this all falseness here. But it will take time. If you see where we are now, how many people really are truly connected and know what sovereignty is. Like, so many people using sovereignty, and even I use sovereignty word, but truly, do you really live through by that? Do you really know what sovereignty is? How can we know what sovereignty is if for this planet being controlled by hundred thousands of, I don't know, eons, years or decades through these controllers, and that what is happening on this planet is amnesia, so we don't remember. So how can we know truly what sovereignty is? Like, even this birth, what I shared with you, my experience with giving birth to my daughter, it shifted me so much that I sat for weeks, a few weeks, literally good few weeks after this birth, and I truly felt on a cellular level, on a DNA level, what acceptance is. And I was like, wow. I had to have this experience to embody what acceptance is, not just what people saying, oh, accept this, but this is very much intellectual, oh, accept that. I had such a shift and, I don't know, awakening on a soul level through this birth experience, that it taught me about resistance, it taught me about acceptance, compassion, and all what is happening. Just awake me again. And this things needs to happen on body level. So, for example, if the same, like, that's why it's so important doing healing. And even in one of my program, Mystical Journey, we do a lot of embodiment, feminine embodiment, because how you embody things, you have to work with body, you have to work with energy, you have to work with on soul level, not just loading yourself with information. And that's why, for me, when I am speaking with someone, or even, I actually don't follow anyone really, because there is so much falseness, but how you know that someone is real? Through embodiment. You see through their energy field. So many people speaking beautiful words, they have great talks, but there's no embodiment. And I'm talking about also people who are in spiritual communities, yoga teachers, meditation teachers. They know how to teach maybe movement or meditation, specific meditation, but they haven't done the job. They just talk, they don't, how you saying in English? They don't walk the talk. The field is just full of stuff. There's just false, They just say things because they've learned, they heard, but they don't live by it. And for me, when I see someone, and when they say something and I see them, wow, the field is truly saying that they've embodied that. Wow, that is something, because I know what it takes to embody one virtue, like acceptance. And this is an ongoing journey, or patience, or love, or feeling whole. It takes time, it takes commitment to do healing on a regular basis, to be aware 24/7, to be open, to take responsibility for your life. Therefore, meaning being happy and excited to be able to respond to situation, because responsibility is to be able to respond to certain situation of people, therefore respond to also your situation. So it's all about that for me. So yeah, I hope this helped you, this session. Any questions before we finish? I was planning to be very short here. Any questions before we finish today? I'm doing another session on Sunday, so you are all welcome as well. We're gonna be talking about clarity. And if you ever have any session, you always feel free to connect with me. I'm happy always to support people. Also, my Rachel, thank you for the feedback as well. So happy that you enjoyed the session. So be aware, open your sensories, don't be blinded. And also observe yourself how you behave as well. And you will notice what the difference is when you're gonna open yourself for certain energies, or you're gonna have people around you with certain energies. You will notice different behavior, and then this is gonna give you great feedback. So keep expanding, keep growing, keep seeing beyond. You are very welcome, Katie. And thank you so much for the donation, and thank you for beautiful messages, and thank you for rating my meditations as well. This is really important on this platform. So I am truly grateful for this, and always my heart is full of joy when I'm reading messages. And namaste, Jess. So all the best to you. Have an amazing day. Have an amazing weekend, and I see you around. Bye for now.